guys, how's it going? 44 Collector here. I hope everybody's having a good day. Man, I hope you guys saw the last video that I did on that 1971 Milk Dud, that complete box of Hank Aaron. Man, I'm still really excited for that one. I'm really glad to add that to the collection. Again, as you guys know, I'm a pretty avid Hank Aaron collector. He's definitely my PC, but doesn't mean that I don't shoot off and pick up other players as well. And as I had mentioned on that video there, that I had attended the Front Row Card Show in Phoenix, I guess I'd say about a month ago, somewhere around in there, give or take, and I had mentioned a card that I had picked up there that I wanted to share with you guys. And this particular card, you guys will see it here in a little bit, but I needed to have a little bit of work done to it in order to be able to display it. I didn't want to have it just put away where I couldn't. I wanted to have it displayed in a way where I can put it, up on a little stand on my desk and stuff like that, and be able to enjoy it. Later on, if I get my card room again, I have a way to be able to display it, So I took it in, had them do some work on it, and I wasn't quite happy with what they had done. I'd kind of asked for a certain way, and they kind of didn't put it together the way I had asked, which wasn't a big deal, but they went ahead and took it back and fixed it and put it back together the way I wanted it, and I think they did an excellent job, so kudos to them. I think they did a really good job. Man, yeah, this was something that I had been looking for a while, that I had been trying to add, and I'd come across a few examples. They weren't quite in the condition that I wanted them to be in, or the money that I was willing to pay for some of these. A lot of them are quite damaged, and you'll see here in a little bit what I mean. These are pretty difficult to come by. It is a test issue, and like I said, I've come across quite a few examples, just not in the condition that I wanted them to be in. So as I was saying in one of my earlier videos, when I went to that show at the Front Row Card Show there, I came across this towards the very end. I mean, I'm talking, there was like maybe an hour left in the show, and it was like one of the last two rows that I came across this particular card. And man, there was probably two or three other really nice Hank Aaron cards. There was a 54 Johnston cookie there of Hank Aaron that was definitely out of my price range. Absolutely gorgeous. So I got a chance to look at that, and there was a couple other really nice cards. But I'm really glad I came across this, and when I seen this, the dealer and I we're talking about the card, trying to do some negotiating, and we just kind of couldn't agree on a price, so I ended up just walking away from it. And I'd say probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I had come across a copy of this particular card, and it just wasn't in the condition. I had put a bid on it, a couple of bids, a couple of times I bid on it, and then I kind of started thinking, I feel like I'm just kind of pulling the trigger on this instead of waiting for a nicer example to come along. So I ended up just letting it go. Somebody else got it for a very reasonable price, and I told myself, man, who knows when I'll ever come across this card again, And so I lucked out by seeing it there at that card show. And again, like I said, we couldn't agree on a price, so I walked away from it, and I kept, I kind of finished up those last two rows, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go back and talk to him a little bit more. Something inside of me kept telling me, don't let it pass. You know what I mean? As nice of condition that this card is in, I felt that I really needed to jump on it, And so I'm glad that I kind of walked away, because when I went back, I think it gave him a little bit of time too to think about it, and we just kind of finally ended up agreeing on a price. And yeah, I couldn't turn it down. I had to jump on it. So I'm just going to read up a little bit on this particular card, guys. And it's the 1974 Topps Jigsaw puzzles are one of the more interesting and underrated Topps test issues of the 1970s. Released 1974 as a regional test issue, not a nationwide product. They were distributed primarily in New England to gauge consumer interest. Their format: each package contained one 40-piece puzzles measuring about 5 by 7 inches when assembled. The puzzles have blank backs and are unnumbered. The packaging: the wrapper featured Tom Seaver and was printed with either a 25-cent or a 29-cent price, creating two collectible wrapper variations. The checklist consists of 12, and One of them being the Hank Aaron, the Reggie Jackson, the Willie Stargell, and the Carl Yastrzemski are the four that I would like to really have out of that set. Because they were a limited test issue. Complete puzzles are scarce today. Finding them with all 40 original pieces is much more difficult than finding one with missing pieces, and the wrappers are collectibles in their own right. Unlike standard cards, these puzzles are oversized and often aren't slabbed by grading companies in the same way as traditional baseball cards. The condition is tricky. Even with all 40 pieces survive, many puzzles showing worn tabs, separated layers, or fading from being assembled repeatedly. Truly crisp, complete examples are much scarcer than population reports alone suggest. So I would definitely say this one, guys, probably falls in that really crisp category. You know, I know that that on a lot of these puzzle pieces, the cuts weren't very good. You know, the borders on them are kind of off and stuff like that. So, you know, I kind of feel like it seems like Topps kind of had a hard time creating these and cutting them into their puzzle pieces. You know, but I would definitely consider this one being a pretty crisp example. And without further ado, guys, I want to share this with you. And it is the 1974 Topps Jigsaw Hank Aaron puzzle. Absolutely gorgeous. And I kind of wanted to go with that SGC kind of look. You know, I just figured that was the best way to frame this up and display it. And I think they did a very good job with this. And as you guys can see on the back, and I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I don't know how well it looks from there, but the back of this is just crisp. I mean, there's no, you know, there's no damage to the back of this puzzle. It's all in very, very nice condition. You know, lots of times you'll see on the back side of these where the puzzle pieces meet, you know, you'll see a lot of the cardboard kind of being peeled back, and they're pretty damaged, but this was a very clean example. And again, I kind of wanted to preserve this in a way where I can still display it and enjoy it in my collection, you know. And I'm assuming, you know, because of this, the way the puzzle is put together, you know, there's not, that I know of or that I'm aware of, I haven't seen any of these graded by any grading companies. And I'm assuming just because of the puzzle piece itself, it's probably hard to keep together and slab it, you know. So this was kind of the best way that I could think of to preserve this, you know. And again, where you're kind of getting that slab look there, you know what I mean? To kind of get that little bit of that, just kind of a really oversized SGC slab. And this glass, I had it designed to where it's just barely touching the piece itself. It's not really compressing it. It's just kind of just barely touching it, and it's holding it in place. So again, I think they did a very good job here, and just very excited to add this to the collection too, and to share it with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and we'll see you guys on the next one.